got to a point when I was detached by age from my parents, that I was now on my own. Now, in that moment, it is just the two of you, me and my wife. Do you know, did I even tell you that there was a time where I wasn't working and it was my wife working? For a whole year. I was getting fed by my wife. So if you think you can sashay into my office and become the first lady of Spirit Ember, stop. Tofia kwa over my dead body. If Baby Angel dies today, we will go past the grave and say, First Lady. No spiritual mother to replace her. Never. But because you don't know it, you think you can just jump tricks and boom, you are there. No. There was a fire we kept. As my wife would say, if God said we are starting a ministry, let's start. You concentrate on the ministry. I work. Everything we eat here, the rent will be coming from me. 1 year. You just arrive. Say, I'm here. If you look at the girl next to you and she's not smiling. One time she came, when she arrived in Britain, she arrived in a place called Ipswich. And I had to get her to Manchester at the residence of Evangelist Lee, my brother, and got her to Manchester where I was staying. When we got there, I remember we got a job somewhere. We were working there. And I would go early in the morning. Are you getting this? I'll get it. She would go to work early in the morning. Early where? In the morning. Until 6 finishes work. And I'll start work at 8 in the evening. We only met on Sunday. You see now, when we come out here and you move there, just a few years back, I went to Lanzarote Airport, bought 2 jets. 2. No. Let me say something. I bought one. You understand? 1. Millions. 1. On my way out, the guy who was marketing the thing said, Sir, wait. Since you bought that one, the same guy is also selling this one. On my way out. You can just buy, I'll give you a discount. I said, no problem. Edit. Who is there to tell you that at that time, I was praying for a Mazda? I saw a Mazda on my way to a place called Longside. I saw a Mazda parked. No, I'm talking about a very ugly one. My sister here, she said, I said, my sister, your father has just bought me nonsense. I said, your father has just bought me nonsense. And when I said, your father has just bought me nonsense, it's now your duty to buy me good shoes. She said, I don't have buying power. I looked at her, I said, my sister, let me tell you something. You are saying buying power. My buying power would be bigger than yours one day if you don't buy me these shoes. She bought the shoes, all right? There was a threat came. But notice here, at that time, you are sitting here. You think we just came here like this. No. The people who see us buying whatever we buy, doing whatever we are doing now, they think, oh my God, you know what? You know what? They think, it just started like that. No, there is fire that keeps us going. The same Levi who is singing songs now before you. That same Levi, born with what kidney? 1 kidney. How do you survive? You are the person praying for people, sick people, the lame, HIV is going, everything is that. And then you hear your own son is one kidney. How do you survive that moment? One of my sons here, a few days back, was it no, yesterday or 2 days ago?
It's 2 days ago, sir.
2 days ago, him. 2 days ago. They called me. The wife called him. And he's guarding, he was in the Air Force, so he's now in my protocol. So he's standing like this by the door like this. And a phone rang. And Brian came and said, I was having a meeting in there. And I said, Ray's child is dead.
Yes, sir. Very true, sir. She was dead, sir.
I said, what do you mean dead? I said, dead, not breathing, done. I just stood up like that, grabbed the anointing oil there, grabbed it, got outside, got on the phone. I said, life.
Yes, sir. You did, sir.
No 2 minutes of thinking it.
And my wife, Dad, my wife told me the moment you declared, the baby started moving.
And I said, for the sake of what we do, take them to the hospital now after I've prayed.
It's very true, sir.
In that moment, if you did not have fire, the baby would have died on the moment. On that time, dead, gone again and gone, never returned. There is a government official who was there in the office, and the government official said, oh my God, someone is dead. Oh my God, he's so, oh my God. I said, it's not yet bad. It's not yet bad. She said, why? Because I said, I have not prayed. It's not yet bad. As I was moving, I said, it's not yet bad. She said, she kept on repeating. She couldn't understand why I was saying, it's not yet bad. Listen to me. In that moment, when your fire is not there, it's a funeral you're having. That moment. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. What fire do you contain? What fire do you keep? What fire do you have? Some of you, what is inspiring you is something that is so evil, a character, a trait that you have, that they know if you have this one will do this. Some of you have fire for gossip. That's all you have. Money does not come to you because you talk too much. Do you understand? Do you understand there are men of God that when I speak too much, I lose fire. Because the more I declare, if I say there is money in this house, I know what you think. Oh, declaration. No, I know from the bank of my fire, something is leaving me. So I'm letting energy fly. So if I meet you, oh my God, and we talk about some nonsense, fire is left. Then somebody catches me while I'm in that fire mode. I wish I could talk to you. I wish I could talk to you now. How many of you have had a point where a song would get you to a certain level, and then that song is no longer getting you to that level? And I know what you think. You think maybe because you've lowered in your spirit. No, it's not like that. It means you have actually gone beyond that song signals in your spirit. It is a signal that the action is increased and the dimension is increased. Now more fire is required to be entertained by another level of worship. And when you break through that worship, you find yourself going to that song again to take it back so you can listen to it. Then you realize it wasn't the song. It was an indication in the spirit that something has gone up and it needs a certain level of it to be energized. If I tell you now that at one time in UK, cleaning, sweeping in malls. Have you ever done it? Where white people will pass by and say, you left a spot. Mocking you when there is no spot. But there is a fire that was in me. I knew what God had called me to do. I knew this. I knew there were nations waiting. There were nations waiting to hear wisdom from my lips. So the fire kept on pushing me to higher degrees. You don't have the power that pushes you. That fire that pushes you. That's why I say be inspired, not be empowered. A madman knows two things: cold and hunger. You can be crazy all you want. Be mentally disturbed. Watch at night. Go into town there. They are mentally disturbed people. They'll be holding a blanket and a plate. You don't become mad for hunger. No matter what you do, hunger will tell you, please, you need to eat. I know you are crazy. Even that demon will not tell you to keep on moving like that. But there is a fire. I said there is a fire that when it starts moving in you, you can be able to pick signals of the Spirit. Your problem now is, how do I get this power? How do I survive when I'm being told my son has one kidney and I'm known as a healing minister? How do you pray for such? How do you lack money when you're the one who founded and got into a point where God led you to start a miracle called Miracle Money? And here you are, you lack 1 million. How do you perform? How do you wait for the 1 million when you are creating 20,000, 40,000, 50,000 in people's banks? How do you wait? In that moment, the word sustains you. The word becomes the sustainer. You sustain yourself by that word, because if you don't, you die. How many of you here have realized that everything that is happening in your family is against you? Even your own brother is against you. Sometimes, some of you, even your own parents are against you. You don't know what to even do. Your parents are against you. Your own mother is against you. How do you survive? How do you push forward? Only fire. I said only fire. Bishop Oyedebo had gone to his rural area and they said, your relative is mentally disturbed now. He says, not for me. I have fire. He said, he does not remember anyone, that one. Everyone he sees them as a demon. He said, no, because you're not fire. I am fire. They said, Bishop, we are sorry, but that one, if he doesn't recognize you, don't worry. No one, even the parents don't recognize him. Said, no, he will recognize fire. He arrived, parked his car, opened his door. The madman ran. Bishop, kneeling down. And went back, getting to old business. Started getting mentally disturbed again. Just fire. Left, doing whatever. And he said, come here, get into my car. From the car, he was not mentally done. Mental sickness left. Why? Because when you have fire and you are fire, something will change. Fire in my bones. The word of God should get to a certain content where you just want to release it. You want to release it. You want to release it. You can't wait to go home to give them a revelation. You can't wait to have your own people sitting around you, your friends at work, so you can tell them a revelation. You have a problem. It is like fire shut up in my bones. How do you do it as a prophet? If you are a minister here, there is a man called Jonah. He ran away. His mental capacity told him, run, go to Tarshish, don't go to Nineveh. This God will change. He was right to think so. He gets there, he tells them within 40 days, you are dying. All of you die. Being told the word by God, how do you survive when God tells you, go tell the people this, and then God changes? And everyone in the country tells you, you are a fake prophet because you lied. Yet God is the one who lied to you. He said, I will kill all the people in Nineveh. And he told them everything that God said. You will be dying. He preached it. Days upon days. And God changed his mind. And the man of God went angry, sat down. And as he sat down, he was angry. And God said, why are you angry? He said, look at this that has happened to this. Said, it is mine, not yours. The same with those people. They are my people. If I choose to forgive them, it is me. You are also mine. Why are you angry? His reputation was different. He needed God to stick to his word. If I say you are dying, you are dying. This is Shiloh, sir. How can you forgive a name I put in Shiloh? God says, it's my will. I've chosen it. Imagine you as a prophet. I know you're not seeing it. Imagine you as a prophet saying something and it doesn't come to pass. How will you survive? Fire. Fire. My son UJ, what did they say? They say he has got Down syndrome. They even took fluid, blood, everything to try and figure out. And I said, the best thing to do is to go back to Zimbabwe. Because here it's expensive to take care of a child like this. Advice. I said, do you have any medications or anything that? I said, we have just 1, 2, 3 here. You can. I collected. I put in the bin. They said, Levi, 1 kidney. They look, we looked like this on the screen like this. They said, look here. I said, yeah, here. So this light here shows 1 kidney. This one shows there's no light, so there is no kidney. I said, you see this one where there is nothing? He said, yes. I said, that's the 2nd kidney. What made me mentally disturbed to that level of not caring? Fire in my bones. What fire do you possess? You think you're the only one to be evicted? No. No, sir. No. Imagine having a beautiful woman like your mother. You know, women are in trouble. Women. I'm telling you. You know, women just listen. You go into a shop selling shirts and they say, you're with your wife, you know. And the wife is just holding on like this to Baba Lloyd. And they say the shirt is $100. You say, $100 for a shirt, only for a shirt. Nonsense. The wife is like, sure, that is nonsense. The wife knows it's not nonsense. You are broke, my husband. But the wives will just follow and say, yes, it's not $100 shirt. It should be $10. Meanwhile, the wife knows. Wives are in trouble, I'm telling you. The embarrassment we have brought to our own wives. And they keep following. They look at you and go like, this is a fool. There is nothing in this head here. Lamborghini chi. Aina pasa Lamborghini. Hauna mari.
This Lamborghini, we don't need it. It's because you're saying that you don't have money.